All right, welcome to the explainer. You know that moment someone asks you to describe yourself and your mind just goes blank? You end up saying something like, friendly? Well, today we're going to do way better than that. We're finding the perfect words that really get to the heart of who you are.
Because let's be honest, you're so much more than just friendly or shy. So let's expand our vocabulary, right? We're going to find those precise, powerful words that give us a much richer way to see ourselves. And hey, to understand the people around us a little better too. And to make this fun, we're actually going to drop into a classroom. Picture this. A teacher is about to hand back the results of a personality test and reveal to her students who they really are. Okay, so let's listen in. We're going to see this unfold through the eyes of these students. And along the way, we'll pick up a whole new set of words to describe ourselves. All right, the first student gets their results. And wow, it's a pretty interesting mix. The test says they're adventurous, outgoing, and easygoing. Okay, sounds good. But then it says they're also a little superstitious and occasionally naive. Let's break down what those last two words really mean. So yeah, this profile already shows us that personality is never simple, right? It's got its good sides, its bad sides, and the just plain quirky. Okay, first up, superstitious. What does that mean? Well, it's when you believe in things like good or bad luck. You know, like you'd never walk under a ladder, or maybe you have a lucky number, that kind of thing. And then there's naive. A naive person is someone who's super trusting. They pretty much believe what people tell them, maybe because they're a little inexperienced with the world. Now, a little word of warning here. You gotta be careful using the word naive. If you call someone naive, it can sometimes sound like an insult, kind of like you're calling them foolish or too simple. So just a heads up. So the student keeps reading, and it turns out the profile isn't all sunshine and rainbows. The test also says they're open-minded, but can also be reckless and clumsy. See, this is what makes it feel real and relatable. So what's reckless? That's when you just do things without really thinking about what might happen next. You know, the dangerous stuff, like texting while driving. That's a totally reckless thing to do. And clumsy, well, we all know a clumsy person, right? Maybe it's even us. It's someone who's always tripping or dropping things. You might say they have butterfingers. So yeah, these last two are definitely seen as more negative traits, but they sure do make for a well-rounded human profile. Okay, so that's student number one. What about the next person in the class? Let's see what their test says. And trust me, it's a completely different story. Yeah, this second student's results are wow. It's like a portrait of excellence. Seriously, this is the kind of person you'd want on your team, for sure. So they stand up and say, I'll go. The test says they're an extroverted, well-balanced person, generous, and very diligent. I mean, those are some really powerful, positive words. Let's dig into what they mean. First off, extroverted. This is basically a fancier, more specific way to say outgoing. Extroverts get their energy from being around other people. And that's the total opposite of an introvert, who's usually more shy and recharges by being alone. Okay, now, diligent. This is a great word. Seriously, this is a word you want your boss to use when they talk about you. It means you're not just a hard worker, you're careful, you're thorough, and you get things done right and on time. It's a huge compliment. And believe it or not, the list of amazing traits for the student doesn't stop there. They keep reading, and the words just get more impressive. They say, this is totally me. Okay, magnanimous. That's a big one, right? It basically means being super generous and big-hearted. It's when you put other people's needs before your own, without being selfish. Think of a leader who forgives their enemies. That's a magnanimous act. And how about eloquent? An eloquent person is a fantastic speaker. They have a way with words that's so effective and beautiful that when they talk, people stop what they're doing and just listen. So we've picked up some really amazing new words from our little classroom story. But here's the big question. How do you actually use them? What's the point? How can this vocabulary help you in the real world? Well, let's step out of the classroom for a minute and into a situation where these words can make a massive difference. Let's talk about a job interview. Imagine you're in an interview and they hit you with that classic question. So, how would you describe yourself? Instead of just saying, I'm a hard worker, what if you said, well, I'm diligent, extroverted, and very open-minded? See the difference? It sounds so much more professional and self-aware. It's a total game changer.
And really, that's why all of this matters so much. Knowing the right words isn't just about sounding smart. It's a genuine life skill. It helps you make friends, it helps you communicate what you really mean, and it absolutely helps you succeed at work. It's all about understanding people, and that starts with understanding yourself. So now you know the words. And I'll leave you with this question. Who are you? Take a second to think about it. Are you diligent? Maybe a little clumsy? Or perhaps you're eloquent or even superstitious? Which of these words really, truly describes you?